I want to talk about, actually, I forgot I had this article. It's kind of the perfect segue into my next segment. But look at this. Many Southwest planes flying banners reading, "Let's go Brandon." But Babylon Bee is actually where I'm going to start talking about my next segment, which is about California. This is, of course, satire. California bill prohibits stores from selling toys that don't actively confuse children's sexuality. Okay, now I start laughing, but because it's kind of sad. I mean, you see non-binary toys. Remember, this is satire. I'm going to read you some of this article because, I mean, Babylon Bee, they're funny, right? I really like Babylon Bee. I'm sure a lot of you know about Babylon Bee. All right, so I'm going to read this article to you, and oh man, it's just going to make the next article I read so much worse, okay? California legislators have recently proposed a bill forcing department store owners to only sell toys that actively set out to confuse children on their sexuality and gender. The law will ensure no more anti-science boy aisles or girl aisles like the ones used in deplorable states. Now shoppers can search the entire store before finding the gender non-conforming toy that is right for them. In these critical and formative years of a child's development, they need to be exposed to confusing and downright bizarre depictions of other males and females, says Governor Gavin Newsom. The science is settled, and we all know that children are in no way impressionable or disproportionately influenced by the toys they see. All right, I have to stop because some people might think that I'm thinking this is real. That was satire. That was Babylon Bee. Satire. It's not real. Or maybe it just came true. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me go back. This one is from February 28th, 2020. Okay, so that satire article was from February 2020. Enter 2021. California mandates gender-neutral toy aisles for large retailers. I kid you not, it's coming true. Yet again, Babylon Bee, how do you do it? I don't understand. Libs of TikTok, thanks for showing me this because they are great, and they posted this, and I just thought, I gotta make fun of this because this is happening over and over and over again. Anyway, check this out. So this is from Axios. California mandates gender-neutral toy aisles for large retailers. Gavin Newsom signed into law Saturday a bill requiring large retailers to provide gender-neutral toy sections, per the Los Angeles Times. Oh, great. Love the Los Angeles Times. I do not. I don't even like saying it as a joke. I cannot stand the LA Times. Why it matters. It does not matter. This is ridiculous. California is the first state to adopt such a law. LGBTQ advocates have pointed out that marketing methods using pink and blue hues pressure children to conform to gender stereotypes. Oh my God. Oh, jeez. Oh, I'm so over this conversation. Look. Why don't we just dissolve stereotypes completely? They suck. Stereotyping people is always a bad idea. Can we just stop stereotyping people? Look, if you're not a masculine man, that's okay. If you're a masculine woman, that's okay. You're still a woman. You don't have to conform to this traditional masculine man and feminine woman, right? I mean, stereotyping always is... I don't want to say always, but for the most part, is rude, and you're judging a book before, reading, or judging the cover before reading the book, right? You're just like, oh, you're this race, you're this. I don't know what else people stereotype. Where you're from, you're from some small country that is known for doing certain things. All Brits have bad teeth, or the whatever stereotypes that are traditional that we've heard before. So what? You think all Brits all have bad teeth? No, of course not. Is it true? I actually don't know. I've actually never been to Britain. I would love to go, actually. Maybe I'll be there one day. But anyway, back to this. Consumer Federation of California supported the law, saying keeping similar items that are traditionally marketed for either girls or for boys separated makes it more difficult for the consumer to compare the products and incorrectly implies that their use by one gender is inappropriate. Okay, how do I even start? What do I even say here? Look. Jeez. We've been around a long time. And we, meaning human beings. Now, insignificant in the span of the universe or even Earth. But even our society that we know and love, which really is like post-industrial revolution, maybe only the past like 20 years, the advent of the internet, how our lives have changed. Studies and marketing and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it kind of works where boys like specific things and girls like specific things as well. There's a reason for these things. Look, if you don't conform, if you have a child, say you have a daughter that likes shooting Nerf guns and goes into the Nerf gun aisle, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, you gotta let them be what they want to be, but I don't understand why they need to force this ideology into everyone's world. I mean, we are already seeing a gender-neutral color stuff coming out, which, to be honest, there's nothing wrong with liking blue if you're a girl or liking pink if you're a guy. I think it's so stupid that they have, again, they're falling into these stereotypes. They're the ones that are really like pushing it. Look, I don't care if you're a feminine anything or a masculine anything. Like, that's fine. Just don't mess with the kids, man. That is like my number one thing. When you start forcing your ideology into kids, we have issues. All right? I don't like that. You need to let them have childhoods. Let them walk through the toy aisles and go, I like that. I like that. I mean, you never know. Or really, they should just be going into a forest and building stuff in the mud. Right? Toys. Why did we get so, I don't know, hooked on toys? I don't know. I guess I'm from a different era of life before the internet. I mean, I'm in my late 30s, 37. I remember when I was a kid, I didn't have an iPad, right? I didn't have a phone. I didn't get a phone until I was 17. I'm sure they existed, but I just didn't get one. It just didn't exist for me. I was rollerblading and running in the woods with my friends, building dams in the river that I happened to be lucky to live by. I don't know. This whole bill, let's see, the bill, which will take effect in 2024, overcame opposition from Republicans and conservative groups, what a surprise, who said it was government overreach. The law states that retail stores with 500 or more workers must sell toys, and childcare products, excluding clothes, in a gender-neutral section that's labeled at the discretion of the retailer, regardless of whether they have been traditionally marketed for either girls or for boys. Retailers can continue to offer other toys and childcare goods that are traditionally marketed specifically towards girls or boys. Companies that fail to comply with the new law could face a civil penalty of $250 for the first. That's it. $250. Cool. And then $500 for anything else. I mean, this is just. Okay, I'm going to bring up what that pilot said earlier. Right? You give 1 inch, they want 2 inches. You give 2 inches, they want 3 inches then. They want a foot now. All right, fine, we'll give them a foot. It's not that, I still got my whole backyard. Well, you know what? Let me get 2 feet now. And then we're going to continue moving the goalposts over and over and over until suddenly you have no more rights. The government controls your children. Gavin Newsom made it legal for kids to have gender affirming surgery without their parents' consent or knowledge at all. Okay? I have a serious issue with Gavin Newsom. I don't swear in my show, but I really want to. I really want to flick Gavin Newsom off and you guys know what I'm trying to say here, all right? F Gavin Newsom. Hey, Gavin, F you, all right? I'm sorry, that's the little extent, but we can't keep giving into these minorities. And I mean minorities, meaning not like people of color or that kind of minorities. I'm talking about the screeching, like, liberals minority, because that's really what it is. To me, I think the majority of Americans want their children to be children, to discover who they are as they grow up, right? And it's up to the parents to talk to their kids, which is how it should be. I can't wait to be a dad. I can't wait to teach what I know to my children, and I will. I cannot wait for that. But I'm not going to have someone shoving what they believe into my kids' ears, right? Letting them influence them. I mean, granted, everything influences everyone, right? I'm influenced by everything around me. So are you. Everyone is, right? It just kind of happens. There's going to be friends of kids that are going to be a-holes that just are bullies and whatever. You know, it could happen. Anything along those lines. But there needs to be a line in the sand, and I feel like California keeps stepping over that line and drawing another line, and stepping over that line and drawing another line. And California is a scary place. I feel for my friends in California. Shout out to my homies that are in California. And goodness, I cannot stand Gavin Newsom. Stop messing with the kids.